let us try to understand how we can synthesize our personal life, family life, professional life, social life, our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual dimensions without compromising either the success or the satisfaction. If one were to be externally dynamic and internally dynamic, externally tranquil and internally tranquil, we need to be a total quality individual. Today, the humanity is suffering because of various complications. The suffering and misery, it is haunting everybody. How we can bring all the spiritual sciences, bridge the materialistic life and the spiritual life? How will we can do that is the need of the hour. Today, so many people talk about yoga in a different dimension altogether. Yoga people feel that it is only physical gymnastics. It is not gymnastics. It is not a circus. We have brought everything, diluted everything to such a dimension that we cannot even imagine. But if we largely understand what actually is this yoga, what are the various stages, and how we can bring even the spiritual life into one's own home. You might have heard yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. These are all the 8 stages of yoga. What are these? And let us try to open up and try to basically understand why yoga is so important nowadays. Everybody is suffering today because of the thing called the mind. The mind. The removal of the mental modifications is yoga. Yogas chitta vritti nirodha. The removal of the mental modifications is yoga. You might have heard yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. What is this yama? Ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha. Niyama is saucha, santosha, tapaha, swadhyaya, ishvara pranidhanani. They are the personal code of conduct and the social code of conduct, yama niyamas. After yama niyama, it is asan or asana. What is this asana? The physical posture, sthiram sukham asanam. You need to be stable, comfortable. Why you need to be in asana? How asana is going to be important in your spiritual dimension? It is understood by our seers and mystics, the rishis of the year. Any movement in the body will create a movement in the prana. That is why sthiram sukham asanam. The sthiram sukham asanam, after asana is pranayam. What is this pranayam? Why you need to do pranayam? For your spiritual progress. Pranayam is tasmin sati swasa praswasa yorgati vichedaha pranayam. Normally, it is said, chale vate chalam chittam, nischale nischalam bhavet. Any movement in the air, the breath, will create a movement in the prana. So, they said, the seers have mentioned that once you stabilize, once you integrate the prana and apana, when the mahaprana, you cannot tackle it directly, but you can tackle the prana and apana. When the apana is taken upward and taken and combined and going to your bhrumadhya, the real pranayama will take place and your actual movement of the breath will stop. The movement of the breath, if you are doing this pranayama, then it is called, you need to enter into pratyahara. Pratyahara is control of the sensory organs. How you control it? It is said, swavishaye samprayoge chitta swarupanukara ivendriyanam pratyahara. All our sensory organs, the 5 sensory organs, are drawing out. The eyes are drawn out, the ears are drawn out, the tongue goes out, the skin goes out, all the nose goes out. Unless we handle them properly, pratyahara will not take place. So, pratyahara is very, very important in the whole process of this yoga. Next comes dharana. What is this dharana? It is said, desha bandhas chittaha dharana. Dharana means concentration. Abiding to a place outside or inside is dharana. Whatever may be the point, it is something like a point. After dharana, it is said dhyana. What is this dhyana? Meditation. Meditation is simply an extension of dharana. Tatra prati ekatanata dhyanam. Prati ekatanata, oneness, the flow of awareness is meditation. Just as, why the meditation is required? once you handle your prana, once your prana stabilizes, you will be able to handle your mind. Prana bandhanam hi manaha. Prana is the vehicle for your mind. So unless you handle your prana, you will not be able to handle your mind. So the mind is continuously with so many modifications. So the modifications of the mind have to stop. So it is said, what is dhyana? Dhyana is dhi plus yana, prayana. Dhi plus prayana. What is dhi? Dhi is awareness. Yana is prayana. The flow of awareness is meditation. If you consider the medicine is for your body, then meditation is for your mind. And unless you handle your mind, you can't handle anything of yourself. You will not even go and enter your real self, the inner self. If you want to enter into your own real self, your Atma, you cannot even dream unless you can handle your mind. The unconscious mind, the subconscious mind, the partially conscious mind will stop you. You cannot even think of Turiya, the superconscious state. The pure inner self is your superconscious state. You can't go. So unless you complete your meditation, you cannot enter into samadhi. Samadhi is sama plus dhi. Sama means equanimous, dhi means intellect. The equanimous intellect. What is samadhi? Tadaiva ardhamatra nirbhasa swarupa sunyameva samadhi. The knower, the knowledge, the known will become simply one. Only the knowing remains. Only the inner self remains. Trayam ekatva samyama. You cannot enter into your real inner self. You cannot be an enlightened soul. You cannot attain nirvana, moksha, liberation unless you go through the whole process. Don't be panic with this great many Sanskrit definitions. They are very, very simple words, and you can simply enter into meditation with little basic science. So this basic science of meditation is all that is important. The Patanjali Maharshi's second sutra, everybody talks about. But there is one first sutra, Atah Yoganushasanam. Atah means here and now. You will have to become that here and now, and here and now will happen only when the mind stops. The whole difficulty of this great meditation is only to become that here and now. The mind continuously chases us, stops us in terms of so many dreams. In the night we are dreaming, in the morning we are thinking. They are part of the same reality. The dreams are nothing but the thoughts. In the morning, you get 60,000 thoughts in a day on an average. And in the night, people are simply dreaming. So, when do you enter into your real self? And unless you meditate, you stop the chatter of your mind, unless you stop all the modifications of your mind, your unconscious, subconscious, partially conscious, you cannot even think. How do we do it then? Is it so difficult? No, it is not at all difficult. So many mystics like Buddha, Shiva, Krishna extensively have talked about only meditation. People started worshipping them, but nobody wanted to meditate. Meditation, if you meditate, lot of spiritual energy, lot of energy will go into you, enter into you. It will rectify all the dimensions of oneself. Your diseases, you are physically diseased, you will become physically healthy. You are mentally unrest, you will become mentally happy. You will be emotionally so much of trauma. Emotionally, you will be in joy. Spiritually, you are bankrupt, and you will be enter into spiritual enlightenment, maturity. Believe me, once you meditate, so many tools are there. My books extensively, Dhyanam Sharanam Gacchami, Yogakshemam, Aishman Bhava, Anando Brahma, Prajnanam Brahma, Brahma Vidya, Alochana and Arogya, Vijeta, Vattidi Nivarana, Success, Stress Management, Kundalini Vikas, Mudra Shastra Rahasya, the secret science of mudras, Atma Darshana, self-realization. Everything will take place with a simple tool of meditation. It's so easy. Gautama, the Buddha, Siddhartha, Jesus, everybody, Krishna, they talked about the same yoga. Once you are into this meditation, then nothing can touch you. You are externally dynamic and internally you will be tranquil. You will be an outer winner and you will be an inner winner. This is the truth, and everybody can attain. Even I hail from a very professional background. Basically, I was a scientist, but entered into the dimension of spirituality. I am a family person, and I was a very, very successful professional. I am not talking about an escapism. You need not go into the forest and do your tapas. Simply, you need to meditate and everything shall happen to you. Success will come to you. I received the Best Management Award for 17 years altogether. Today, I'm almost 70 years. Your aging will be very, very slow. You need not stop anything. You need to work. You need to be a family person. You need to be a professional. Attain everything, and yet you can be a meditator. Only a meditator can handle stress. Today, most of the problems, whatever you find in the world, all the misery in this world is only because of stress. And the simplest method to handle your stress is meditation. Our sympathetic nervous system is so much excited, but we neglect our parasympathetic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system is a combination of sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. Unless you handle your parasympathetic nervous system well, you will be entering into a terrific trauma. You will be miserable. You may be successful, but you will not be satisfied. One needs to be successful and satisfied. And the simplest success sutra is meditation. If you meditate, you will be successful. And you will be satisfied too. What is success? Achieving what you aim is success. And satisfaction is enjoying what you achieve. The Indian tradition of meditation is something, a great science. The great science. We are not like the foreign authors who write books on success and they commit suicide. Our meditations are supreme. They will give you success, they will give you satisfaction. You will not be a failure. You will be a happy father. You will be a happy husband. You will be a happy wife. You will be a happy entrepreneur. You will be a happy professional. You will be a total quality individual. Unless you are a total quality individual, what use is it? The meditation is not simply to enter into a forest. Buddha, before he became enlightened, he entered into a jungle or a forest. But after he is enlightened, when he was questioned by his wife, do you regret for going into the forest? He just bent his head. The meaning is, you need to be in your home. You need to be in the society. You need to be meditator. Once you meditate, all your waste product, all your toxins will dissolve. All the garbage within will go out in the form of thoughts, in the form of memories. It is said in Upanishads, vritti pravaha iti manaha. The flow of thoughts is mind. But you are not the thought, but you are the space between the thoughts. You are the witnesser of the thoughts. So the witnesser of the thought, totally he is insulated from the everything. You are participating in the world, but yet you are detached. You are non-attached. You will be able to witness everything in your life. Take everything in your stride. All the pairs of opposites, they will not do anything to you. That is why Krishna, he said, Karmanye vadikaraste, ma phaleshu kadachana, ma karma phal heturvu, mate sangastva karmani. He said, never be inactive. Akarmani means inaction. Mate means never be inactive. Karmane vadikaraste. You be a doer. At the age of 70, we are so dynamic. You can be so dynamic. Believe me, your aging will come down by at least 10 years if you are a meditator. You will be highly energetic. No disease can touch you, including a hereditary disease, so-called. Even genomes cannot touch you. This is proven now. If you are a meditator, your gene will alter. Your gene will alter. You don't need to inherit any disease. Let it be diabetes, let it be hypertension, let it be a heart problem. It will not touch you. At the age of 70, coronavirus, COVID-19, what can it do? If your immunity is so high because of your meditation, what can the COVID virus do to you? You have enough energy in you. You can fight the battle against any type of virus. It's a auto vaccine. What vaccine you require? If you meditate, it can't touch you. It is so simple. You can walk, you can be highly energetic. You will not be tired. Your meditation will reduce the numbers of hours of your sleep. They say everybody, all the science is talking about 8 hours sleep. If you are a meditator, I am telling you, 3 hours sleep is sufficient. I am very healthy. I don't have any problem. In my own home, my children, my second son is a doctor, my daughter-in-law is a doctor. Now they are recommending meditation only for all type of disorders. They are in their 35. I am 70. Even they are affected by COVID, but it will not touch us. It will not touch us. So meditation, we are not telling you to go into a forest and do your tapas. No. In your own home, in your own hall, on your own bed, you just meditate for an hour. Simply an hour. This is enough. What do? Simple, very, very simple. You start observing your breath. It is so simple. It is happening. Whether you want to breathe or don't want to breathe, still you are breathing. Be wakeful, be awareful of that breath that is happening. That's all. Why Buddha said breath? Only the breath. You will not have ignorance, you will not have craving, you will not have aversion. He said, avidya, raga, and dvesha. These three are not supposed to be there in whatever tool you adopt for your meditation. So, we don't recommend idle, God's name, mantra. No, we don't. It is simply a neutral tool. Just simply observe your breath. If you observe your breath, what will happen? You may be thinking, what will happen? Just you will be wakeful. You will be awareful. You will be conscious. Once you are, it is said, the mind can be at only one place, always. Either you are with the breath or you are with the thought. So, if you are with the thought, you can't be with the breath. If you are observing the breath, immediately thoughts will stop. Thoughts are the thieves inside you. They are the robbers. They are taking your peace of mind. They are taking everything from you. The moment you become wakeful, the moment you become awareful, the moment you become conscious, supreme transformation will take place. Your energy is conserved. Your unconscious mind will stop. Your subconscious mind will stop. Everything will stop. Your mind gets focused. It is something like a microscope. Once you focus, it is so simple. You are sitting somewhere, you are free, just observe the breath. How easy it is to observe the breath. And how do you observe? Simply as it goes in. Buddha says, as the breath moves in, as the breath exits out, moves out, the touch of the air to the nostrils, the touch of the air in the triangular area below the nostril. Simply, if the air is moving in one nostril, be aware. If the air is moving in two nostrils, be aware. If the air is moving in fast speed, be aware. If it is slow, be aware. If it is shallow, be aware. If it is fast, be aware. If it is smooth, be aware. Simply be aware. This is meditation. Is it difficult to be wakeful? Once you are aware of your breath, now all the thieves, your alochana, ala uchan. Alochan means ala uchan. The thoughts will jump up from the ocean. You become a wave. Even though you are an ocean, you forget that you are the ocean and you think that you are the wave. Once you understand that I am no longer the wave, you become the ocean. the silent and peaceful waters. You will know your real nature. It's so simple. It is so simple. Be wakeful and everything will tremendously alter. You don't need to do anything apart from it. And once you are sitting, keep your spine straight, as simple as that. Keep your spine simply straight so that the prana inside is moving up and down. You are aware and the whole energy is moving. All the 72,000 nerves, your Ida, Pingala and Sushumna nadis, all the major nadis, your Pancha Pranas, Prana, Apana, Samana, Udana, Vyana, your Upapranas, Nagamu, Kurmamu, Krikaram, Dhananjayam, Devadattam, all these Upapranas, all the pranas, they will stimulate. Each organ will activate your pancreas, your gallbladder, your liver, your spleen, your kidneys, your heart, your lungs, your brain, all the endocrinal glands, thyroid, parathyroid, pineal, pituitary, thymus, gonads, all the glands will function. They are so tiny organs. All the electrical activity, all the biochemical activity inside will function so well you can't even imagine. All your diseases, whatever you have, they will simply vanish. They will vanish. The cosmic energy will enter into you. Your memory will increase. Your memory will be tremendously increasing. You will become divine. Divine means diving in, that's all. Dive in, that's all. And if you don't dive in, you will become dive ill, devil, that's all. Choose. Choose your meditation. Choose to be a meditator. And you will be a god, that's all. From Jiva, you will become Deva. You will become Ishvara. You will become the Buddha. You will become Krishna. You will be in Christ consciousness. You will be in Buddhahood. You will be in your Allahhood. You will be in Shivatva. Everything will happen. No need of any religion. Meditation is beyond all religions. It is beyond all religions. Meditation is beyond religion. Spirituality begins where religion ends. So meditation is something very high, very supreme. Unless you take up your meditation, believe me, bad days are ahead. So many virus, so many influenza, so many bacteria. You can't kill them. You will have to, millions of bacteria is inside you. You are not one bacteria, you are millions of virus maybe, you are open to so much of virus. Why are you bothered about what virus is present? If mud is present everywhere, one king thought, I will cover every mud with a carpet. Is it right? The complete, that slushy land, if you cover, is it the right process? You need to wear chappal yourself. You need to wear your slipper. You need to wear your shoe. And that shoe is meditation. So once you wear your meditation, you are ready for the day. Believe me, whatever field you are, I was a corporate trainer for meditation. I was training even including CMs and bureaucrats, corporates, software industries, many, almost for the last 40 years I was training so many people. Only last 13, 14 years, I thought let me spend more time in sadhana. Now Pyramid PMC channel, they requested me to address because this is the time we need to bring lot many non-meditators into our field of meditation. And Patriji suggested me address the group so that at least some more people, more and more number of people, if they enter into meditation, the world will be a heaven on earth. There is no heaven. There is no other heaven or hell. Heaven and hell are not geographical positions, they are psychological attitudes. Luckily, I had great many masters, Himalayan masters I had in my past. Because of my previous working experience, I was working in North and so many Himalayan masters I had approached. Very early, I entered into Uttarkashi, Rishikesh, Gaumukh, all those masters, and luckily I have taken up meditation and also entered into my family life. You don't need to grow your beard like all the masters. You simply grow your meditation. No need to change your dress too. You can wear your suit. You don't need to change your attire at all. Be a meditator. Swami Vivekananda says, in the next century, the spiritual people will be in their suits. Let that happen. One should be a meditator in whichever field they are in. And it is so easy. And meditation, if you long term you meditate, your breath also will change. Your prana will change. You will awaken your inner self. You will realize yourself. If you are seriously meditating, I am telling you, even self-realization can happen. If you can add few other tools, it can happen even little faster. But if you just want an average success and satisfaction, this is it. So, this is what Krishna said, मात्र स्पर्शस्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदः अगम्पयनो अनित्यः तं स्थितिक्षस्व भरत. External contamination, every day we are getting contaminated, going into contact with the external. Matra sparshastu kaunteya sitoshna sukha dukkha, cold and heat are entering into you. Agampayano anityaha, they are all arising and passing away. They are fleeting. What you need to do? Tam stitikshasva. You need to be a meditator. Only meditation can help. No other. No other. By repeating the name, maybe little peace of mind you can here and there. But meditation will give a lasting peace, lasting silence, lasting success in this birth and the next birth. You can remove all your trauma of your previous births also, all the accumulated garbage also, all the toxins due to your faulty living. Each thought will add lot of garbage within. And you might have done lot of times wrong thinking, bad thinking, evil thinking, unethical, immoral thinking. Now they made a hole somewhere, they made a block somewhere, they made a tumor somewhere, they made a patch somewhere. Don't you think you need to rectify them? Don't you think you need to cleanse them? And cleaning is meditation. Just as you take your bath. Bath is what? Simply you just put a one bucket of on your head. Is it cleaning? Who will clean your internal? All the garbage within your mind. All the garbage in so many areas. Your even prana has become faulty. Osho says, only the wrong breathing, faulty breathing, it will alter everything. So it's as simple as that. Catch hold of the nearest meditator, get initiated, they give it. Now they are spreading very fast. Get to your meditation as fast as possible. And today I can say you are very, very lucky to even hear this discourse. What we firmly trust and believe, even to hear somebody talking about meditation, you are fortunate. Unless you are blessed because of your previous karma, you will not get this meditation. What is meditation? Karma cleansing, simply samskara cleansing. You are witnessing everything equanimously. That is meditation. There are three things in meditation: awareness, equanimity, and bliss. If these three things are there, meditation is there. Few things should not be there. What are they? There should not be ignorance, there should not be craving, there should not be aversion. Patanjali says, avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. So meditation is the highest. We are doing everything for attaining our self-realization only, enlightenment, moksha, nirvana. You will realize yourself in this birth only, directly. You need to experiment with awareness, equanimity, and bliss. The dynamic neutrality. Neither you are attached, no attachment should be there. Yogastha kuru karmani. Krishna says, Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya asiddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Equanimity. How you attain this equanimity? Tell me. Whatever is taking place, your mind is so focused. Now you know every sensation is impermanent within you. All the things, whatever is taking place, anything that is happening in your body-mind complex, body and mind are only, they are part of one reality. Mind is gross, mind is the subtle body, and body is gross mind. They are part of one reality. Everything is witnessed equanimously. Everything is arising and passing away. Everything is just a flow. You are sitting by the side of the river. Yes, simply it is a flow. So once you understand this meditation, you will be able to succeed well in all the things you undertake in your life. I wish you all the best. God bless you. Thank you.